Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. In this video, my group, which is group 2, will be presenting our group project regarding to the financial statements and ratio analysis that we had done before. But first of all, my name is Puteri Nur Insyirah binti Muhammad Azhar and I'll start this presentation with company background. So, in this project, we picked two companies which related to healthcare industry. As stated in here, we chose Adventa Berhad and also Dua Pharma Biotech Berhad. For Adventa Berhad, it is a Malaysia-based investment holding company with 4 subsidiaries as stated in here. Okay, and this company is one of the supplier of medical disposal and equipment to the national healthcare institution such as Ministry of Health, hospital, university hospital, army hospital, and many more. For Duo Pharma Biotech Berhad, which also in the same industry but has core competency in pharmaceutical industry, and their product is basically more to healthcare supplement as they produce more than 360 generic drugs, and the most popular one is Champs, Flavatis, Euphamol, and many more. Okay, so to conclude, we decide to imagine ourselves as a finance manager for Adventa Berhad. Without further ado, I proceed my presentation with the financial performance for both companies. Okay, for the first part is about liquidity ratio, which we can determine the company's ability to pay its short-term debt obligation and also company's credit worthiness. Okay, so here both company actually improved its liquidity position from 2018 to 2019, which is very good as they managed to get a healthy liquidity ratio which is above 1.0. But overall, I can say that Adventa Berhad is better than Duo Pharma when it comes to liquidity because they got a higher ratio, and that means the creditors will confidently extend their credit to Adventa as the company has more ability to pay them back. Okay, next, we move to the profitability of the company, which we focus on operating profit margin. Okay, from this profit margin, we can assess the strength of a company's management since good management can improve the profitability for a company by managing its operating costs. Okay, so as we can see here, profitability ratio for Duo Pharma Biotech Berhad exceed Adventa Berhad. Okay, that means Duo Pharma is more well equipped to pay for fixed costs and interest on obligation. Okay, meanwhile, Adventa got negative operating profit margin for both years, which means the company lost in 2018 and 2019. However, they still managed to improve its profitability ratio, its operating profit margin from 2018 to 2019. Actually, a negative profit margin ratio is not the end for Adventa Berhad. Yet, the company needs to find another way to continue operating and correct the issue before long-term issues arise. I think that's all from me. We move to the next ratio with my friend. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and good day to Doctor. My name is Nurul Ashira binti Abu Qasim. Today, I want to present about financial performance between Duo Pharma Berhad and Adventa Berhad. Question number 3. How is the firm financing its assets? We can use two different ratios, which is debt ratio and time interest earned. In debt ratio, interpretation between two companies is, in 2019, Duo Pharma financed 60% of its assets by debt and 84% by equity. Compared to Adventa, the company financed 29% of its assets by debt and 71% by equity, while in 2018, Duo Pharma financed 50% of its assets by debt and 85% by equity. Compared to Adventa, the company financed 80% of its assets by debt and 82% by equity. Next, times interest earned. Interpretation between two companies is In 2019, Duo Pharma's company operating profits is 4.56 times the annual interest expense, while in 2018, the company operating profits is 4.96 times the annual interest expense. The times interest earned in both years is higher than Adventa's company due to its relatively lower operating profits. Next, question number 4. Are the firm's managers providing a good return on the capital provided by the company shareholders? We can use return on equity. Interpretation between two companies in return on equity is, in 2018, the Duo Pharma owners are receiving a higher return, which is 9.9% compared to Adventa, negative 46%, while in 2019, Adventa is the highest in receiving return compared to Duo Pharma. A lower return on the company assets will always result in a lower return on equity and vice versa. That's all for me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum dan salam sejahtera. Saya Nur Syuda binti Afandi akan membentangkan tentang success factor dan juga risk. Okey, bagi slide pertama, saya akan menerangkan tentang dependency on non-financial factor. Okey, kat sini kita ada 4 non-financial factor. Iaitu yang pertama adalah impact of solution. Yang kedua, sufficient breadth. Yang ketiga, the services or solution platform have adequate scale and are properly focused on the problem. Yang keempat adalah attempts to use solutions that are too broad ataupun vague. Okey, bagi yang kedua adalah significant internal risk. Okey, internal risk ni adalah risiko dalaman yang biasa ataupun bakal dihadapi oleh mana-mana syarikat. Okey, untuk syarikat Adventa Berhad, mereka haruslah menitik beratkan safe and health of employee. Ini kerana pekerja sangat memainkan peranan yang penting dalam sesebuah syarikat. Okey, yang kedua, ketiga dan juga keempat adalah market risk, credit risk dan juga liquidity risk. Okey, ketiga-tiga risiko ini mempunyai tahap ketinggian yang berbeza. Ini kerana ketiga-tiga risiko ini bergantung kepada pasaran dunia. Dan ini menyebabkan syarikat Adventa Berhad haruslah menyediakan beberapa strategi bagi menghadapi ketiga-tiga risiko ini supaya syarikat Adventa Berhad dapat mengatasinya dengan baik dan tidak merugikan syarikat. Okey, itu sahaja daripada saya. Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Muhammad Arif bin Rahman and I will be explaining about the projection and recommendation for Adventa company. For projection, the investment in the company is favorable based on the increasing demand to pharmaceutical industry after the outbreak of pandemic COVID-19 in the end of 2018. And investor believe in the current situation, the pharmaceutical industry is going to bring lucrative return to their investment. Adventa past performance on high shareholder return and stable earning per share ratio can help to convince investors to put their money in the company. However, the share price will be highly volatile depending on the financial performance from the company, as the investors are going to look for a better financial performance company in the industry such as Duo Pharma or Pharmaniaca. In terms of financial, the company is going to come up with an alternative plan or recovery plan to boost their financial performance after getting losses before tax for both here. For recommendation, we suggest the company to come up with a new initiative to invigorate the income, such as investing in other sectors and not only depend on the pharmaceutical industry or widening the service provided. Second, the company also should consider to appoint an experienced specialist in the pharmaceutical industry to help the company, as most of the board of director and senior management are business and management based. Third is to increase clinical and product development research to bring better value, faster services, and new capability in the healthcare system. And the last one is suggest the company to consider to enlarge their market area to more countries. That's all from us. Thank you for your time.